This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Bang out, bam, bam.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Put that team on the hook. Kill. Run left. 18. Check right. Punch left.
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Mike, 55.
Throwing is Wilson. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Let's go.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Go.
Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Go, guys, 4 down.
It's just me and you. Alert flare. Alert 3.
Hold up.
Alert 3.
Watch twist. Check 26. You go to
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Alert. Gun. 2-6.
Check, 55 to Mike. Check.
Run left.
I got him.
Hey, check Mike. Watch 55. Alert.
Mike, 55.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Big stop, let's go.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Go, 14.
Mike 55.
Punch left.
Hot 7. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft. Mike 55.
Hey, 0.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 38 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Set. 18.
57's the mic.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Watch the edge. Peek edge.
Hey, 31.
Check it back.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Check 4. Check 4. Alert. Switch.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
I got you, punk. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, baby.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Switch. Kill. He's crashing.
50 points down. He's coming. Down and go.
To throw is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Mike 54. Coming.
Quick the edge, quick the edge.
At 55. Shit. Slam.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
You.
Check 50, check 50.
Alert.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. He finds his target, Fuller. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
Mike's 5'4. Mike's 5'4. Rabbit. Check. Lucky. Check the 4. Check 3. Trying to go.
On 1st down, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there for Houston. And even 40 yards.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Alert! 54.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
I'm coming. Hatch it. Watch safety.
Gun.
Safety's creeping. Showing A.
Kill.
Rush in.
They'll run on first down. Carson. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Four down. Gun.
55's Mike.
Got it.
Hey, man. Watch it.
They run it with Carson. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Bravo. Mike 41. I'm coming for you. You mine. Hey, easy.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Out. Bang. Run left.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ezekiel Ansah just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Come on, boy. 24. You better be ready.
Now Watson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Finding room at the 30. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Watson. Buying time to his left. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Again, it's Miller. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
A first down carry now for Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Check 24. Watch 24. Tight dog. Kill.
Watson off play action. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
Watson on target here to Fuller. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. From the gun, Watson. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again is Watson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Back to throw, Watson, escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now a first down throw, Watson. He's going to take a shot for the hit. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 26 yards, and the Texans cut into that lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
You ain't going nowhere.
41 Mike. Echo, echo. 41 Mike. You run. 41's the Mike.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 77 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson, and he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Going deep for Hopkins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brad McDougald. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ricky. Check 52. Check. Go. Check hot route.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
12.
Now it's Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, 0.
Switch.
Go. You got to wedge that, huh?
Watch the run.
Go. 4 down.
Hey, watch the
Now it's Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. 41 Mike. 41.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That throw good for 4. It's second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans get a bit closer. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. Now, I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it second down. Now it's Wilson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. Let's go, defense.
Look for signals.
Defense.
Mike 41. We've got to wedge that, huh? Friday.
Under 10. 10. Check 50. Check 50.
Here's Wilson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Check.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Front left.
Nothing today.
Go. Friday.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Watch the whip.
From the gun, here's Watson sliding out of the pocket. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a desperate, and now here is another interception. Picked off by Brad McDougal. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart...
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. To throw again. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Here we go, here we go. Check 41. Rip right.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches.
And my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Fair.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety creep.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much lost.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On 2nd and 10, Watson flushed out right. Now a desperation throw. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Wilson wants to throw it. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Get that ball.
From the gun, it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this.